Hello students and welcome to the next part of data structure course. In previous part we have revised basics of C programming. In this part we are going to start with introduction to pointers, functions and structures. Most probably I will be preparing three different parts of these three concepts. Now before we start discussing these three concepts, let me tell you that we are not going to discuss these concepts in detail. We are going to focus our discussion only on the aspect which are mostly used in data structure course. So without wasting much of the time, let us just go and start discussing what exactly pointers are. Now as the definition goes, a pointer is a variable whose value is address of another variable. So what exactly is a pointer? Pointer is nothing but a variable. What is a variable? Variable can be thought of a container which holds something. If I have an integer variable, that simply means I have a container which can hold integer value. If I have a float variable, that means I have a container which can hold a floating point value. If I have a character variable, that simply means I have a container which can hold a character value. The type of data or a data type, in other words, tells you about the capacity of container. If it is an integer container, then its capacity is 2 bytes. Then if it is a character container, capacity is 1 byte. If it is a float container, capacity is 4 bytes. So likewise, everybody knows everything about variables. Now what exactly a pointer is? Pointer is again a variable, that means it is a container. Now what does a container hold? That defines the efficiency of container. So what is a pointer? Pointer is a variable which holds address of another variable. Now what is address? We know that every memory block which is present in memory has a number associated with it. With respect to that number, your memory manager allocates and deallocates that memory to various different programming constructs. That number, that associated number to a memory which is transparent to users is known as address of that memory. Got it? When I allocate 2 bytes for an integer, I get a block of 2 bytes with an address, correct? Now the basic question is, I am allocating 2 bytes. So how come I get only one address? The address which I get for a block of 2 bytes is the starting address of the 2 byte block, correct? Whenever I get an address of a float variable, that simply means out of those 4 bytes, I get a starting address of all the 4 bytes. Got the part? Let us just see in detail how exactly things work out. Let us just see what exactly written on the screen. I have written int a equal to 100. That is a simple statement, a combination of declaration and initialization. Everybody knows when I write int a equal to 100, what happens? The data type is integer. That simply means 2 bytes memory block will be allocated. Now to whom 2 bytes memory block will be allocated? It will be allocated to user defined variable name. And what is that user defined variable name? A. And what does this container, what does this variable contain? It will contain a value, of course, that is written 100, a equal to 100. So what happens when we allocate 2 bytes block with a value 100 to a variable a, internally something looks like happens, something like this happens in memory. Now what exactly is 100? 100 is variable value, correct? What is A? A is variable name, and the memory which contains value 100, the address of that memory or the number associated with that memory, which we call it as an address, is represented something like this. Here we have assumed address as 1023. What is this 1023? This 1023 is nothing but variable's address. Likewise, if I create another variable, then another block of memory with different address will be assigned to a variable name, and that variable can contain another value. Done? So likewise, a simple variable can function. Now what is a pointer variable? Pointer variable is a variable which works on addresses, correct? So for example, if I want to create a pointer variable for a, then what will that pointer variable contain? That pointer variable which is declared for a will contain address of a, that is it will contain 1023. What does A contain? A contains 100. What does pointer to A will contain? Pointer to A will contain address of A, that is 1023. It is as simple as that. If you got this concept, then most of the pointer, half of the pointers is already cleared to you. Now let us just discuss another thing which will enhance our knowledge in a bit. Let us just see what exactly pointers are. Now when we deal about pointers or when we deal with pointers, there are two aspects which mostly we focus on with respect to data structures. The first aspect is how to use pointers, correct? Now there are three things which we discuss in usage of pointers. That is, we define a pointer variable first. Like any other variable, before using it, we have to declare and define the pointer variable. How do we declare and define the pointer variable? See, we have seen that a pointer is nothing but a container, it is nothing but a variable. But what is the difference? It contains an address, it holds address. Normal variable contains value, whereas pointer variable contains address. So what if I declare pointer variable just like normal variable? Then there will be a confusion. So we have a special system to define and declare or work with pointer variables. Now to implement that system, we usually work with two different operators. The first operator is called as AND or ampersand operator, or the another name for ampersand operator is address of operator. The second operator which we tend to discuss is star or asterisk or value at operator. Normally whenever we see AND or ampersand, we call it as address of operator, and whenever we see star, we call it as value at operator. In next discourse, I will be discussing or I will be referring to this operator as address of operator and this operator as value at operator, correct? So this operator, just wait, this operator will be called as address of operator and this operator will be called as value at operator. How these operators work, how these operator function, we will be discussing in upcoming slides. The next important thing which we usually tend to discuss is pointer arithmetic. As we know that pointer is not a normal variable, it holds addresses. So like normal variables, we cannot work on adding, subtracting or incrementing or decrementing pointers as normal variables. Of course, we can perform these operations on pointer variables, but the effectiveness or functionality which is shown by pointer variables is something different. In upcoming portions, we will be discussing these things in a brief. Apart from them, there are various aspects related to pointer. There are various different types of pointer, there are various different usages of pointers. As far as data structure course is concerned, I am not at all focusing my discussion on those aspects right now. These points will be discussed as and when they are required. Done? So let us proceed and let us see how exactly pointers are used, declared and worked with. First thing you are seeing is there is a declaration int a equal to 100. What is a? A is user defined username. What is the type of a? Integer is data type of a. That means a is having 2 bytes memory with some address space. We will be assuming that address number conveniently. 100 is the value of a, correct? That simply means what will happen? Something like a block of 2 byte memory will be allocated to a containing value 100 and 1023 is address of a. Got the part? Now we are declaring a pointer variable, correct? How do we declare a pointer variable? Int star b, int asterisk b is the type or is the way through which we can declare a pointer variable, correct? Now only declaring pointer variable is not enough, not sufficient. We have to initialize it as well, because before initialization you cannot work with pointer variables. So to initialize a pointer variable, we have to give some dummy value to it. Now what does pointer contain? Pointer contains address. So we have to provide an address to initialize b, correct? And which address we will be providing here? Here we have written and a, ampersand a, or in other words, address of a. So what does B contain? B contains address of A, correct? So whenever this statement gets executed, what will happen? Again, a variable, pointer variable will be created, a memory block of how many bytes? 2 bytes. Why? Because the data type is integer. Again, a memory block of 2 bytes is allocated to your pointer variable. What does pointer B will contain, or what does B contain? B contains address of A. What is address of A? 1023. So what does B contain? 1023. Done. And as B itself has a memory block, the 4377 is address of B. Got the part? What is B? B is user defined variable name. 4377, what is it? It is an address of memory allocated to B. And what is content of memory allocated to B? Address of A. Clear? Okay. Now let us just improve, or let us just go one step further. Correct? This we call it as an indirection. Correct? What is indirection? Indirection means accessing a value through its address. Correct? This is called as an indirection. To be specific, this is called as single indirection. Correct? Now let us move on further with multiple indirection. Now what will happen in multiple indirection? I have created a variable A with value 100. I have created a pointer to access A. Now I will be creating another pointer to access B. That means B itself is a pointer. I am creating pointer to a pointer. Correct? How that thing is written? That thing is written something like this. I have created pointer again integer type ka pointer, and I have initialized with address of B. Correct? So whenever this line gets executed, what will happen? A memory block of 2 bytes, why? Because it is integer, will be assigned to a variable name C, and what will be the content of C? C will contain address of B, that is 4377, and as a memory block is assigned to C, you will be having an address of that memory block as well. Correct? So how graphically it can be represented? It can be represented something like this. So again, a memory block of 2 bytes will be assigned. What does C contain? C contains address of B, that means 4377, and as memory block is assigned to C, it will have its own address. Correct? So likewise, where is it? Okay. So likewise, all these things will work out something like this. Correct? Now, how to access these variables? We know that A is a normal integer variable, B is a pointer variable, integer pointer variable, C is an integer pointer variable as well. B contains address of A, that means B is indirection for A. C contains address of B, that means C is indirection for B. In turn, C is has multiple indirections for A as well. Now how do we work with pointers? Normally, what if I write printf A? What will you get as an output? You will get output as 100. Why? Because A will contain value, A contains value 100. What if I write printf B? You will get output as 1023. What if I write printf C? You will get output as 4377. Correct? Likewise, what if I intend to print AND A or address of A? What is address of A? 1023, it will get printed. Likewise, address of B, address of C. Then I want to print value at A, value at B, value at C. Then multiple indirection wise, value at A, value at B, and value at C. Let us just see what values exactly do we get. If I want to print A, what will it print? It will print this value, that is content of A. When I see print A, it will print content of A, that is 100. If I want to print B, what will it print? Content of B. What is content of B? 1023. Done? It will get printed. If I want to print C, what will it print? Again, content of C, that is 4377. So no big deal. Up to this portion, whatever contents are present in your allocated memory, those will be printed. So no big deal. I hope everybody is understanding up to this part. Now let us continue our discussion with AND A, AND B, AND C. Correct? So address of A, if I want to print address of A, what will it print? address of A, that is 1023, correct? What if I want to print address of B? What will it print? 4377. What if I want to print address of C? What will it print? 2121. Got it? Up to this part, anybody have any difficulty? I hope not, because when I print normal variable, they will print its content. When I print variable along with address of operator, it will print its address. As simple as that. Now let us discuss something like star A, value at A. Now just tell me, before I proceed, just tell me one thing. Is my A variable a pointer variable? No, my A variable is normal integer variable, correct? It is not a pointer. So that simply means it will give an error. When I write a code and type, it will give me an error, correct? I have written garbage over here, but it will give me an error. Then what about star B? Star B means value at B, correct? What does B contain? B contains 1023, correct? So what does star B will have? Star B means value at B, value at 1023. So it will be considering 1023 as an address, and value at 1023 will be displayed. What is value at 1023? Value at 1023 is 100. So star B will print 100. Done. Let us go to star C and revise the concept again. What does C contain? 4377. So value at 4377 will be displayed by star C. What is value at 4377? We know that value at 4377 is 1023. So star C will print value at 4377. Done. Likewise, what if I write star star C? For star star C, what will you get output as? Value at 4377. So first value at 4377 is find out 1023, and then value at 1023 will be find out, and it will be 100. So star star C will be giving you 100. What about star star B? Is it a multiply referenced pointer variable? No. What about star star A? Is it a multiply referenced pointer variable? No. Then while writing a code, they will intend to give error. Now why garbage is written over here is because theoretically whatever is given after star A, then if I am conducting or if I am writing star C, what does that mean? That whatever is written after star, that variable name, the contents of that variable will be treated as an address. So if I am printing star C, then C 4377, this will be treated as an address, and value at that address will be displayed, correct? What if I say star star B? That means value at this will be printed, which is 100. Value at this will be printed. Now what is value at 100? This 100 will be considered as an address, and the location 100 will be fetched. Whatever content is present at 100 will be printed over there theoretically. We are not at all interested in that content, and that is the reason we have said that it is a garbage. Yes or no? Technically speaking, when we execute a code, this gives an error. So I hope this multiple indirection is completely clear to you. Now from this definition, I hope everybody has a brief overview as what exactly pointers are, how they are declared, how they are initialized, and how they are worked with. This is the part 1 for pointers. In part 2, we are going to discuss something about pointer arithmetic. As pointer variables are not normal variables, the working principles, the arithmetic principles which are worked on pointers are different from those of normal variables. So in part 2, we are going to discuss something about pointers arithmetic. So for this, we are going to stop here itself. Thank you for patiently listening to it.